Okay.
Government is not reason. It is not eloquence. It's force. Like fire, it is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. Never for a moment should it be left to irresponsible action.
So what you're saying is Kamala Harris 2025?
No. Fuck that shit. Start this one off like that.
Yeah.
How dare you, sir? That was George Washington, by the way. How dare you, sir?
Do you think Barack Obama would endorse George Washington, though?
Absolutely not.
Not me.
No. George Washington, the people today, George Washington would have been the identical of Trump. I believe that.
Yeah.
Like,
probably even more like hardcore.
Yeah, probably. Like, he was a guy. He was not someone to like take this shit lightly. Like, he was very patriotic, but yes, he was very this is the fucking way it should be.
Mhm.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mostly Peaceful. I'm Rob.
I'm Jimmy.
He is. He was, though.
Yeah.
He didn't say things lightly.
I'm sure every guy who put their signature on the Declaration of Independence too is like, fuck it. We all gonna die. Let's do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were like, I'm in,
Like,
I guess. What do I got to give up? Everything? Okay.
They're sitting around. They're like, listen, if you do it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
We gonna die together.
For sure. Let's see. So mountvernon.org. Like George Washington, this is the shit that George Washington says, right? Like, these are quotes that like he said, and they're not lighthearted. They're not like everybody was kung fu. Like, he didn't say shit just to say shit, right? Like, every word that he said was almost necessarily. No, I wouldn't say almost. It was absolutely necessarily worded the way it was. It was on purpose.
I'm pretty sure it was him who said, "Come with me if you want to live."
He might have been the first one, for sure. To be prepared for war is one of the most effectual means of preserving peace. Like, yeah. I mean, I don't know anybody
prepared for war.
To be prepared for war.
Yeah.
Like, as an individual, as a country, as a unit.
Yeah.
You know, to be prepared for war is one of the most effectual means of preserving peace.
Yeah.
You have to be prepared for it.
Yeah, because nobody wants to go up against a prepared giant.
Yeah, think about it like this. As an individual, you're walking around. You're walking around in a grocery store. Some lunatic walks in. He doesn't know. But if you look like the guy who's prepared for war, he's probably not going to fuck off.
Right.
Like, he's probably going to be like, that guy could be a problem. Let me get out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you look like the guy.
Unless he catches you by surprise.
Yeah. Which is it equates into this. If you look like the country not to be fucked with.
Yeah.
Then people don't fuck with you. And people don't fuck with other people because they fear reprisal from you by fucking with other people.
Right.
So you just don't do it.
Yeah.
The hours allotted for study, if really applied to it, instead of running up and downstairs and wasted in conversation with anyone who will talk with you, will enable you to make considerable progress.
Say that again.
The hours allotted for study, if really applied to it, instead of running up and down stairs and wasted in conversation with anyone who will talk with you, will enable you to make considerable progress.
Oh, yeah.
Don't waste your fucking time.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, don't waste your time.
Yeah. Calculate, move correctly, say the right things. Like, that's what this guy was about.
Yeah.
Like, We don't have people
I
like
mean,
that.
we live in a cushioned country.
I say we don't
man.
have people like that. We have.
I guess that's one of the downfalls, maybe, of living in such an advanced country with a lot of goods and a lot of services, and just the an overabundance of things that, to an extent, we went way past the things that we need to live a cushy life, to
Mhm.
now having things we don't even need to live an even cushier life.
Yeah.
And that's the downfall. I guess people are like, oh, whatever. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care about nothing.
Yeah.
We'll never, have to deal with this struggle.
No. That's kind of the way the society has been built.
Mhm.
And I think that there were architects to it years and years and years ago, probably in the 40s and 50s and 60s, that were like, if we do this in 30 years, in 40 years, we're not going to have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Like, we can make them do and say whatever the fuck it is we put in front of them.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have fallen for it. A lot of people have been like, government's my daddy. I listen to the government. Whatever the government says, I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Bill Burr being one of them.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. He was like, whatever they tell me to do, I'm going to fucking do it. I was like, you're kind of a fucking loser then, I guess. Like, you're a piece of shit. Like, if you're willing to fall in line and do whatever the government says, you're no better than the guy that was arrested after World War II as a Nazi. And he goes, I was just following orders.
Yeah.
You're that guy. You're the same guy.
Yeah. I agree 100%, man. I think that's one of the things that plagues me.
Here's the thing.
Is my disdain for men who think they're smarter running your life.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't stand it. I don't like to be told what to do. I don't think I ever grew out of that.
No, I understand
when you're
that.
a kid, they're like, don't sneak out. And you're like, okay, I'm sneaking out.
Yeah.
Now I want to even sneak out twice just because
you told me not
to.
Yeah. I think in the long run, guys like that are just willing to capitulate and fall in line. Guys like that ultimately pay the ultimate price at the end of it.
Yeah.
And they go, man, I really should have stuck up for what I thought was right, instead of going, yes, sir, whatever you say, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those guys, like, I wholly feel like they have the biggest bag of regret that they carry with them for the rest of their lives.
They should.
I hope
they deserve
the only other, like, the opposite
like
of that,
fuck our life up.
The opposite of that is the ones that are pure evil and know exactly what they're doing, why they're doing it, and have no fucking problem doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So you're one or the other, but you don't get away from consequences. Like, you don't get to get out of consequences because of it. You know? So I don't know where we went with that, but, like, George Washington.
Would you rather be the guy underground with Dennis eating rat burgers and driving a car with a gasoline engine, or would you rather be the guy at the fancy Taco Bell paying tickets and fines for cursing?
Demolition Man. I'll take the rat burgers.
I'll take the rat burgers
because it's freedom, buddy.
Yeah,
I chose that.
It's better to live a free man, die a free man, than live a slave.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. So we're gonna have some Heaven Hill today. Not much to talk about. This is one of our favorites. Cheers. It's it's a constant on my shelf.
The president got shot in the face. That's
Oh yeah, we didn't get to talk about that too
like
much.
That's
because
a thing that happened that we could probably talk about.
2 weeks ago, we were live
when
it happened. So, and we didn't know what to say. We also had quite a few bourbons as getting to that point.
Too many bourbons.
The president got shot in the face.
Yeah. In the ear.
No, listen, he got shot in the face, dude. Like, what is your ear?
I mean, it's your head.
It's a part of your face.
Yeah.
Right. It's part of your head.
Yep.
You got shot in the head. I'm not semantically playing games or I'm not going to use their language. Like
If you get shot in the nose, you got shot in the face.
One of
If
the
you got shot in your lip, you got shot in the face. If you got shot in the ear, you got shot in the head, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that blew my mind about that entire situation. So obviously there's still an ongoing investigation. I think this entire thing was an absolute setup.
It seems that way now.
It like there's more and more evidence that points to that.
I mean, the only thing they left out to this extent was that we put the guy there. They're like, we saw him 3 hours before he pulled the trigger. Where was he? He was on there. We were watching him. So you were watching a guy with an AR scope down the president from 150 feet away, not 150 yards away, because that's what I thought. I'm like, oh, this dude was like
150 feet.
Right. That's like 2 lengths of my house.
Mm-hmm.
So for what it's worth, y'all are watching a dude who's across the street with a fucking...
Worse yet, the building next to the one he was shot and killed on, the building next to it stands higher than that building. The second floor of that building has windows facing that roof. One of the fucking Secret Service members in that room saw him.
Right.
Crawling on the roof, and they were like, no fucking big deal.
Yeah.
So the only explanation to this is someone, I don't know who. There's no other explanation. You can't tell me that this was just, it was just failed. You can't tell me that it was just failed fucking, like a failed operation for the Secret Service. You cannot just tell, you can't say that out loud without answering the questions. Why was he up there for 3 hours? Why did you allow him to be there for 3 hours? Why wasn't the president removed 26 minutes before, while everybody was yelling about the guy on the roof from the ground? Not Secret Service, civilians. Everybody's yelling about him. Everybody's saying, hey man, this is a thing. It seems to be a problem. Why don't you correct it? A cop crawls up the ladder that this guy apparently drug on a fucking bicycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yes,
No.
you're right.
He had a receipt for a 5-foot ladder.
Yes.
Right? In his pocket. Bloodied and shit.
I think it was a 10-foot ladder, right?
No, 5 foot. They found the 5-foot ladder at his home.
Okay.
The ladder that was used at the place was over 10 feet tall.
Yes.
And it was a lean ladder. Like it wasn't an A-frame.
Right.
Right.
And it wasn't a folding ladder either, right?
No, it was a
straight ladder.
Telescoping ladder, whatever they're called. Extension ladder. Yeah. Jesus, I'll get my shit right. I was in construction. I knew that. This guy, apparently, they can't determine whether he came in a van or if he came on that bike.
I thought they said they found his van.
They found a van.
A van.
They found a van.
Okay.
They also found a bike that they swear up and down he was riding that.
I got you.
Right? So they can't determine. I'm asking, how do you get a 10-foot ladder? Right? There was also talk of a Honda Civic. Right?
Okay.
I don't know where that went. Don't really care.
Oh, can they, have they gotten to his phone yet?
The memes are fucking hilarious.
Because
I think so.
I heard like for 2 fucking weeks, how we can't get into his phone. I'm like, that's funny because I swear to God, the FBI is already in my phone.
I would assume.
I ain't fucking done nothing.
I would assume that they did get into his phone, to be honest with you.
Susan, who went to the fucking local PTA meeting screaming about Trump and whatnot. They're in her fucking phone already.
Well, they were in her phone 30 seconds before she left.
Exactly.
What was the question you asked me? God damn it.
Were they, did the FBI gain access to his phone yet? Or at least his phone records? I mean, can you not subpoena Verizon? And be like, oh, we're not able to get into his actual device, but we can subpoena the records. I mean, I watched First 48. That shit doesn't take that damn long, especially in this scenario.
What was that guy's name? I don't want to say it. Look, for the record, you and I, never ever going to say this guy's name.
No,
not out loud.
I don't even know his name.
I'm trying to type the easiest way.
Yeah.
Would-be assassin was fixated on Trump, studied earlier high-profile killing. They don't talk about his phone. They don't, like, there's no... The FBI continue. Okay, so this is from the FBI, by the way.
Okay.
The FBI continues to investigate the shooting incident at the July 13th rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, as an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump and as potential domestic terrorism. The investigation is still in the early stages. I'm not real sure why. You can take 3.5 minutes to investigate a school a mother at a PTO meeting, but it takes you where are we at? 3 weeks now?
Yeah. Well, 2 weeks.
3 weeks to figure out everything.
2 weeks.
3 weeks, and we still haven't figured out everything we can. 2 weeks.
It was 2 weeks ago when we were doing the show.
Yeah, okay, so yeah. So 2 weeks to the day.
Yep.
2 weeks, and you still can't figure out the entire lifespan of a dead guy. Like, he's not stopping you. Nobody's fucking stopping you.
Right. Well, I think when you try to assassinate the president, no one, that's like full blown domestic terror. Like now you don't even have like regular ass rights. This is like
the FBI technical specialists successfully gained access to the guy's phone, and they continue to analyze his electronic devices.
Okay. About time. Because a week ago they said they couldn't gain access.
Couldn't gain access. Well, that seems like a fucking technical problem, considering that Edward Snowden flat out told everybody in the world, was like, hey, they're turning on your microphone for no fucking reason. Like, they listening.
Yeah.
They're watching. Like, you got camera on your shit, put tape over it.
Right.
Like, this and that was back in 2006, 7?
Yeah.
The fuck, dude? And you're telling me in 2024, we're having issues getting into some stupid motherfucker's fucking iPhone? No. He wasn't smart enough to have an iPhone. Guaranteed he had a fucking Android.
Yeah, no.
I like Android because I could do more with my Android. Yeah. I could do anything I want with it. Fucking retards.
True. Golly, man.
I wish they had taken him alive.
I know.
I wish they had taken him alive.
But
simply because they had the opportunity. Here's the thing.
It seems like
there's a cop that crawled up that fucking ladder that he apparently rode on a bike with. Crawled up that ladder, saw the guy. The guy turned around and fucking brandished a weapon at him. This cop retreated back down the fucking ladder.
There was a whole lot of retreating, ducking, hiding.
You're out of your fucking mind
for cover,
dude. As a cop, I'm not a cop, but if I were a cop, there is no fucking way. So anyone is pulling a fucking weapon on me without my retaliation. That is my job.
Yeah,
that is my job. Oh, here I got a gun. Oh, my bad. I'm gonna leave now.
I just signed up for this shit. No, you actually signed up exactly for that shit.
Yes.
That's what you signed up for.
Oh my God, dude.
It was like, guy pulls gun on you. Sign here.
That's retreat. Yeah. Dude, the entirety of that situation, 2 weeks ago, up to today, every bit of information that's come out, everything that you read, everything that you hear, watch, all of it. It's insane. And it's hard to believe that this kid acted alone.
Yeah.
I wholly believe that someone like they were like, let's MK Ultra this dude. Let's see what happens.
That's what I was thinking too, man.
Let's see what happens.
Dude, conspiracy, right?
Everybody wants
I'm going to dive deep into the realm of possibility, because everybody thinks that like the world just doesn't operate that way.
Right.
And realistically, it operates in any fucking capacity it needs to get done what needs to get done. Like, you look at North Korea, Russia, and China, and you're like, oh man, they would do anything. Well, so the fuck would we.
Yeah.
You just ain't never heard about it.
Right.
We're really good at keeping secrets, and half of them ain't secrets no more. You still choose not to believe because of bubblegum, rainbows, and sunshine.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? But realistically, MK Ultra, all that type of shit, get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here. Oh, man, listen, me and my wife, we're watching. This is how I am. We're watching the Boy Scouts Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Fucking hilarious movie. All right.
Very good. Yes.
And I'm sitting there watching it. My brain starts working. And I tell my wife, I said, babe, do you think that in any point in history, any government in history has tested to see if they could create some kind of pathogen or chemical to create a zombie? And she goes, fuck yeah. And I was like, me too.
Me too.
Obviously.
No,
Why
I'm
would
with
you not?
I'm with you. I want to see if that can happen.
You have endless amounts of resources. You can spend money.
I don't believe that they tried to make a full fucking zombie. I believe that they tried to reanimate dead flesh,
Right.
like dead cells,
Right.
which I know that they got to be trying that.
Yeah. Or
Without a fucking doubt, they're trying
like
that.
some kind of fucked up ass chemical warfare that will just like not kill people, but kind of just fucking fry them to an extent without,
Sure.
you know what I mean?
Well, so here,
Like-
take it to this level because you mentioned zombies. Use the I Am Legend or the World War Z idea, right?
Mhm.
So it's like the World War Z thing came from experimentation
Yeah.
in Siberia on.
You should have said Wuhan, but
I know it was in Siberia. Like the
it
movie,
was. I know.
the movie and the book went that way. It was experimentation, right?
Mhm.
They weren't actual zombies. It was a virus,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And oddly enough, that virus that swept the entire world and turned everybody into a fucking zombie for what it's
Yes.
worth would not prey on terminally ill people.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
So that's fucking clever as shit.
Right.
I could see why you'd want to do something like that, right?
Yeah.
I could see why you would want to kill off an entire population and have your soldiers
Yeah.
presumably be terminally ill to that virus and that virus never attack you.
Right.
That sounds fucking greatly fucking advantageous to
Yeah.
whatever military that is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now take what was the other movie I said? It was World War Z and I Am Legend.
Yeah. Will
that
Smith.
that zombie
Yep.
thing wasn't necessarily a zombie thing. It was a mutation from a vaccine.
Yeah.
Right? Not that vaccines are bad. It's a fucking movie. I don't want anybody to get fucked
I feel
up
like we
about
have
it.
a theme going though. We have the zombie movie that came from a virus and a zombie movie that came from a vaccine.
Coincidence? I think not. But seriously, like the I Am Legend one was kind of clever too, in the sense that we cured cancer.
Mhm.
Nope, we didn't fucking cure cancer. We turned all those fucking ex-cancer patients into biters.
Fucking zombies.
Yeah. Like extremely strong. Like we evolved
Yeah,
human.
no, I definitely want to live in the apocalypse with the Walking Dead zombie, not the I Am Legend zombie.
Agreed. The I Am Legend zombies frightened the fuck out of me.
Fuck them.
So do the World War Z ones because they were
Yeah,
fast
they were
too.
fast
They
too.
were
Yeah,
fast.
yeah.
I don't
No.
want fast zombies.
No Z, no, slow zombies.
I want
stupid ones.
slow, stupid zombies.
Yeah.
I want the what's the idea? The brain.
Yeah, the Walking Dead one.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
You could trick them.
Yeah.
Trick them over there.
Run them around in circles.
Throw a piece,
Tie a
of
chain,
bacon.
tie a leash to him, chain him to a tree, and then just run around the
Right.
tree.
Right.
Like, slowly walk around the tree with them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's like,
Uh-huh.
That's the zombies I want. They're
Yeah, me
fun.
too.
That's
Me
fun.
too.
That's just target practice, sir.
Uh-huh.
The fast ones. I don't want to have to fight anybody for this.
Fuck no.
If you
But see,
get
that
bit-
creates two different.
Here's the other side of this. If you got bit in The Walking Dead,
Yeah.
it's because you're a fucking idiot.
You suck.
You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You suck at life.
Yes.
There is zero reason that you couldn't get the fuck up and run.
Right.
Literally run.
Yeah.
They're so
You don't
slow.
even have to be Daryl.
No,
You just gotta like walk briefly,
bro.
swiftly.
T-Dog should have never died.
That's right.
He was too slow.
Yes.
Oh, fat
Too
ass.
slow. And see, they create two different worlds of chaos, though. Like in The Walking Dead, the zombies suck so much that you really got to worry about the other people, right?
Yeah, exactly. The only thing that the zombies were a problem as is an overwhelming force.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like all bent on the same fucking motive, right?
It's like a fucking animal trying to kill and bite everyone, except they're really
humans-
slow and
the
stupid.
humans were the fucking problem.
Right.
The zombies weren't the protagonists. Like they weren't the problem. They were a problem.
They were a problem. It caused the downfall
but they
of
were
society.
like you could literally become old and gray sitting on your front porch knocking zombies out with no problem. No fucking problem.
Michonne had 2 of them on leashes.
Right.
Just pulled the jaws off and was like,
It was easy stuff. Yeah.
husband, son.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Cut the arms off, can't scratch you. Cut the
Right.
fucking
Can't
take
bite
the jaws,
ya.
can't bite you.
And they're just like, shit. Now
Now
Z,
those are mules, man. You get them to carry all your
True.
shit for you.
now Z and Legend, humans ain't gonna be the problem. Cause these zombies, hey bro, we gotta band together.
Yes, humans have to get together.
We
for
gotta
that.
fucking
Yeah,
stick
no.
together.
Because in Walking Dead, like the humans were just like, yeah, that's an issue, but I'd really like to take your shit.
Yes.
You know, I can deal with that in a minute, but your shit's, I want that.
Yeah. I
want that a lot.
haven't eaten. The grocery store don't work no more.
Yeah. So, what's his name? Morgan.
Oh yeah, Jeffrey Dean.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, right?
Yeah.
I love him as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
I hate him in that show.
You mean
I hate his character.
You hate his character.
God, I fucking hate
Yeah.
his character.
Yeah.
So much. Like
Fuck.
outside of the fact, here's the other side of it.
Negan.
I actually stopped watching it
Yeah.
after
Dude.
right at the point Rick died. So now they've got a new one out. Did you hear about this?
A little. Yes.
Rick's back.
Yes.
Rick's alive.
But you know that, is it a movie or is it a
No,
series?
it's a series.
So they were The Walking Dead, these motherfuckers are some liars.
They are some
Kirkman
liars, yeah.
and these assholes told me that when they killed Rick, that they were
You're
gonna
reading
make
feature-length movies.
explaining, like, going deep, right? What was going on around the world, what
Yeah.
caused the
Yeah, they were going to
apocalypse.
expand the
Yes.
universe. Yeah.
Yep. And then 10 years go by and they're like, another series. What do you mean another series? We have The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, The Talking Dead, Walking fucking whatever the fuck Los Angeles.
The Dawn of the Walking Dead. Like,
yeah, you're just like,
you're starting to
"God,
follow
dude."
Romero's,
Right.
George A. Romero's fucking
Yes.
platform. Like, don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
do
Just
what
give me
you
the
promised.
fucking movie
Yeah.
and end it, bro.
Yeah. So, other side of that, I know, super nerd right here. Been watching Stargate SG-1 again,
Mm.
and Stargate Atlantis.
Man, I haven't seen Stargate since I was a kid, bro.
Bro, you got to watch the TV show.
That's old.
You got to watch the TV show.
Yeah.
So we were talking about government conspiracies, and it made me think of it because I was
Yeah.
like, dude, if you were going to have this massive cover up conspiracy thing, right?
Uh-huh.
It'd be good to have a TV show about it, wouldn't it?
Sure.
Like it would totally throw everybody off.
Yeah,
the scent.
yeah.
So they actually
Definitely.
did this in that show. Like in the
Right.
show, they had another show about what they were doing,
Right.
and I was like, you motherfuckers are just slapping layers on the fact that y'all got some traveling shit up there.
It's so true, though.
Like you guys are like, hey, we have a Stargate, but
Uh-huh.
we really don't. It's just a TV show.
Right. And then
And
when
then-
you say it out loud, you sound like a damn asshole,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
They're like, "Pfft, here goes Rob talking about the Stargate that the government has.
Believe it or not, there is actually a NASA-funded project called Stargate.
I'm sure.
There
right?
is. There literally
Duh,
is.
I totally believe you. I'm not even being like, that's the thing, man. It's almost like the Oz. Once you see behind the curtain, you can't unsee that
Right.
shit.
The more and more I watch this show, the more and more I look at so this was early 2000s. Like actually it started late 90s and
Yeah.
went into the 2000s.
Yeah.
It was a 10-year running show.
Mhm.
Right? SG-1 ran for 10 fucking years. Like talk about
was
a
the movie
fucking
based off
successful
the
show.
series, or
The series was based off the movie.
that's what I thought?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they bring the Kurt Russell character,
Mhm.
they bring him back, but it's Richard Dean Anderson.
Mhm.
Right? You're not getting Kurt Russell to do a 10-year long show.
No, fuck.
He's just not going to do it. There wasn't enough
I don't
money
even
in it.
know if he's gonna do a show.
So Richard Dean Anderson played Jack O'Neill,
Yeah.
right? And instead of Michael, or instead of the guy that plays in The Blacklist, and he was
I
Ultron.
haven't seen Black Lotus.
Okay, so he was also the voice of Ultron. I can't remember his name. He also didn't come back. Like they turned him into Michael Shanks.
Gotcha.
Like, but these people made a great fucking show, a 10-year long running show. 10 seasons. I don't know how long that was for them as far as like filming and whatnot, whatever.
I think like 8 or 9 years.
But you go back and you watch this shit and you're like, fucking graphics look dick, dude. But a lot of their stuff was practical, so it wasn't too terrible.
Right.
But when we started getting into the, like, Lord of the Rings has already come out, so we got some technology. They're like, how do we implement this in TVs? They're like, let's put a dragon on SG-1. Right? Right? They put a dragon on SG-1. You're like,
shit.
That shit look fake as fuck.
It doesn't look as good as what I had in my head.
Why did you put Puff the Magic Dragon on this motherfucker? This bitch look like a cartoon.
Where'd you get the clip art? Like, what the fuck?
That's funny, dude.
Who did we hire for this shit?
We were back to the whole point. Like, we were talking about these like conspiracy theories, and like that's it is so blatant, right?
That's
like, is it not their point? Like, just let's tell them, but not tell them.
But that's what
I think about this with a lot of movies, dude. Like, I look at like some of these sci-fi movies and shit, and some of these like spy movies.
Yeah.
And
like
I'm like, bro, you guys really did that shit. You just like, you're telling the truth without telling the truth.
Right.
And in like 100 years, when all of it's said and done, in 100 years, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, like Extraction with Thor.
Yeah.
Like, that was real. We did that. That was a thing.
Right.
Stargate SG-1, that was real. It was we did all that.
Yeah.
All those episodes were shit we did in space. I'm like I feel like that's the way it's going to be.
Was the Contras in Brazil?
Uh-huh.
It was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we allegedly funded the Contras, right?
Yeah.
To overthrow their government.
I think so, yeah.
What was the Fast and Furious where we supplied the cartel?
Where Obama sold weapons to the cartels?
Right.
Yes.
So why is it
also weird name?
I know.
Like, why would you name an Operation Fast and Furious knowing that there's a movie out there?
Yeah.
Of people robbing things.
That's probably
Fast and Furious, and now they're spies.
Yeah.
Now they're all of a sudden they're spies. By the way, super, like, that entire franchise went from one fucking extreme to the next. They were like, we race cars and do illegal shit. Fucking 10 goddamn movies later, they're like, we're spies.
Yeah.
We do spy shit.
And I'm pretty sure didn't what's the movie
also
with,
Kurt Russell was in it.
What's The Rock and what's his name?
Vin Diesel.
No.
You're talking about Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, Shaw. It doesn't that come from Fast and the Furious? So they're like, this is a universe.
Technically 11 movies in, yes.
Yeah, this is a whole ass universe.
Look,
and Hobbs and Shaw was a good movie. I thought it was cool.
I am of the theory, and I think there's someone else that we listen to, has the same theory. Like, the next thing for them is superpowers. There's no other way around it. They've already been to space.
Right.
They launched a car into space as a rocket. Fucking yada yada, dude. It is literally that. Superpowers. They get superhuman strength, or like it's gonna turn into the Fantastic Four. Right?
How did the Boys new season and the Fast and Furious movie collide into the same universe? Like, how did that happen?
Basically. Yeah, and you got Homelander up there like, I'm gonna kill all of you. Yeah. Oh, he turned fucking horrible, by the way.
I promise you, dude, like, I don't know what makes people like that, though. And I think it's the belief. All right, you know the Bill Burr, right? Seems like a pretty intelligent guy.
Seems like it.
On like face value.
I think on paper.
Yeah, right? I mean, exactly. If you take it for face value, I mean,
like, this guy's smart.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'll do whatever the government tells me to do. And you're like, you're a fucking idiot.
Well, and if that's the case, then you probably believe everything they say as well. So if they're like, boom, but we didn't do that though.
it's a good reason. We did it for the good of everyone. And he's like, yes, you did.
Right.
Yeah. No, blind faith.
And you're just kind of like,
I think there's a good thing. It's good to have faith. It's good to believe in something, right?
Sure.
It's good to believe in something. It's good for your soul. It's good for your like your mental fortitude, right? You have to have a belief.
Definitely not be Nancy Pelosi.
Blind faith with like zero questioning, no fucking like, hey man, are you sure? Like blind faith, I think is absolutely detrimental to society.
It's what makes the ultimate citizen of a totalitarian country.
Yes. I mean, even when you talk about religion,
this is exactly who we want.
Religion's the same way, like blind faith.
Yeah.
Like it is detrimental to society to be completely, absolutely just like,
well, if you're not asking questions,
I'm not questioning any of this, right?
You're just a fucking idiot. How did you even survive to be as old as you fucking are without questioning everything? I question everything so much
you might question things a little too much.
I do.
Like, I don't even want to just take some shit at face value and move on.
I don't even question it. I just dead ass don't believe it. Now you got to prove it to me. I'm not questioning shit. You tell me it is what it is, and I'm thinking that's a fucking lie. You are not the father. The test results just came in, and you are not the father.
I don't believe it. Do it again.
I don't believe
I want a different test. Give me a 23andMe.
Somebody says something, and I'm like, you're a fucking liar. That's just because that's who everybody is, man. The government? Why the fuck would the government tell us any goddamn thing? I feel like you don't trust me. I'm not talking about you.
But you said anything or anybody.
I'm being pretty hyperbolic. I mean, my family, like my wife, my best friend. He
called me his best friend.
These people close to me, obviously.
Yeah. No, I get it, dude. Like
the cops. Let me tell you, the cops will straight up just fucking lie to you. They'll be like, hey man, listen, your buddy over there, he just told us everything. That the weed in the car is all yours. He don't have nothing to do with it. Meanwhile, your buddy over there is like, man, fuck you. I ain't saying shit.
Yeah.
They come back and they're like, your buddy ratted you out. The only thing you got left to do now, save yourself.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
The guy that you said is a friend of yours over there, like he said he don't even know you.
Right.
Like all that shit is
I
yours.
asked him your name and he was
said,
like,
he said, I'm a hitchhiker.
Right.
And that dude just picked me up 5 minutes ago. I don't know nothing about what's going on. Actually, I think he might be a serial killer officer.
Right.
Right? Like that's the shit they pull.
Yeah.
And they're like, you should just tell us. And you're like, this motherfucker.
Uh-huh.
And you look over and that dude's over there like,
hey, and I don't know if you knew this. I was watching some First 48 shit in Canada.
Uh-huh.
And even like down to after they arrest you. And I didn't know this. And this is the cops saying this.
In Canada.
The investigators.
Yeah, in Canada. It's different laws.
In Canada. They can whole ass lie to you.
Yes. Yeah, they absolutely can.
The whole way through.
Yep. Doesn't matter.
They told a girl.
It is what they call an interrogation tactic. Fuck you, bitch.
They straight up told a girl this shit. They go, so listen, this girl done murder her family.
Yeah.
Right?
She confessed to it?
After they lied to her.
After they lied to her.
She was whole.
You know why they lie to you? Because they ain't got shit on you.
They ain't got shit on you.
Yeah. You start bro, listen, I'm going to tell you like this. If I'm sitting in an interrogation room and they start making shit up and they're like, Jimmy done told us all of it, I'm going to be like,
you got to arrest.
I'm going to make up a more ridiculous lie.
Right.
I'm going to be like, so I don't know if you guys know, but Jimmy and I are very devout Catholics.
Right. Right.
And what happened was he was possessed.
Right. And I was trying to do an exorcism.
And
things got out of hand.
That dude walked by and like lightning hit him or something. Like some shit just went down. Like, honest to God, you call the Pope and ask him.
And that,
like, I'm just gonna say stupid shit.
That big old joint you say that was for the smoke.
That fell out of the guy's hand.
A guy gave it to me. It's a part of the ritual. You got to light it on fire.
It's not marijuana.
Right. You know what I mean? Bro, they straight up go, they tell this girl, they say, so do you know about the satellites that can see through the roof of your house with infrared vision? And she's like, no. Right? And he's like, okay, so let me explain this to you. we saw you in the house doing XYZ with these people or whatever. And she straight up confessed. They just.
So you know what's fucked up about that?
So fucked up.
You know what's
man.
fucked up about that is because based on evidence, based on the scene of the crime, like they can determine how, like who was killed first.
Yeah.
Who was killed second, third, fourth, fifth.
Sure.
Based on time of death, stuff like that.
Yep.
They can also determine like generally like where, like where and how. I say how again, like slash type or gunshot or like by blood splatter, stuff like that. They can determine where you were standing. So actually, I give them props for this one.
Well,
no. I give them props for this one. This is a really good one. That's a really good fucking lie. They're like, we had infrared cameras, and
there's more.
And
to
when
the
you start
story
talking to a person who made it, like it was a crime of passion. Call it what it is, right?
It wasn't, and she
premeditated.
Very premeditated. She didn't actually do it. She got her boyfriend to hire 2 guys to come in while she was there. She had them kill her mom and dad while she was in the house.
Oh shit.
Tied herself up, called 911. 2 guys just broke into my house. I heard gunshots. I think my parents are dead. Please send somebody. Well, then it started like all these things didn't add up. Where were you when you called 911? I was upstairs with my hands tied behind my back. How'd you call 911 then? Where was your phone? How did you reach the phone? How did you show me right now? Stand up. Put your phone where you had it.
I'm gonna say something to everybody.
It was all these things, right? And you could tell she was bullshitting.
Don't do this, but if you ever plan these things,
do better.
Do better. Like, don't be a hillbilly when you do this. Like,
oh, and here's the crazy part, though. Here's the crazy shit.
Don't be trailer trash. Don't be
I'm not gonna
a
let
hillbilly and be like, well, I was upstairs with my hands tied and I called 911. What do you mean you called 911 when your hands tied behind your back?
Right.
Well, so I dialed it and then I put my head to the phone. No, that's not what you did.
Right.
No, you fucking going to jail. You're going to prison because you paid someone to do this shit.
So this was like a young Asian girl.
No, I've actually heard about this story.
And I was so surprised.
You started talking about it and I was like, I know this.
She
my wife watches all of these fucking.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure she's plotting my death. I'm not real sure. I'm actually really sure of it. Like she's just waiting for like that premium time. I think she's waiting for my
what's my milk lime green?
She's waiting for my life insurance to get to a certain number, and then she's just gonna off me.
Yeah.
Like she just knows how to do it perfectly, though.
Oh yeah.
And she's gonna be like, we got into an argument, and he left.
You know, my wife said,
I don't know where he went. He just left.
Right.
I ain't seen him in 3 days.
Well, his car's here. He walked.
She's gonna be like, I ain't seen him in 3
left.
damn days. Okay, Sheryl Crow. Have a nice night. They're gonna believe her. She's gonna be like, would I kill him with all these children? I don't want to do this by myself.
Straight up, bro. Oh my God.
3 days later, a new boyfriend's already there. She already picked him out.
Speaking of which, that's always the tell, too. We're watching that shit, you know, and it's like, husband dead. And I'm like, it was the girlfriend. My wife's like, how do you know? I'm like, trust me, it was the girlfriend. It's always the fucking girlfriend.
Shows up to court with
with
a goddamn
the boy,
boyfriend.
yeah.
He's like, I'm here to support you, baby.
And
but
the neighbors.
Your husband just died 2 days ago.
Yeah.
It all happened so fast. I just fell in love.
Right. The cops are like, it's some really funny shit started happening because we interviewed the neighbors and they said that she had threw all the husband's shit out on the front lawn days after he disappeared.
Escalated quickly into a murder.
Right. And typically, if you disappear, your wife's gonna like guard your shit with her ever-loving fucking being. Not just be like, well, fuck it, he's gone.
No, not my wife. My wife has, look, I make jokes. My wife is not planning my murder or anything like that. Like, if anything, she's doing whatever she can to make me stay alive.
Calm down, FBI. You got bigger fish to fry.
She's doing everything she can to make me stay alive.
Right.
She's like, you can't go yet. You leave me here
Have
with
you
these
taken
kids.
your vitamins today?
You leave me here with these kids and I'll fucking come.
Right.
I will die, kill you, and then come back to life so I can take care of these fucking
Right.
assholes.
Right.
It's so bad, dude. So bad.
I'm going to kill us all and revive myself and them.
Mm-hmm.
You go stay fucking dead.
But we going to beat your ass in the afterlife.
That's right. Oh my God.
Fuck you for leaving us, you dick.
But you killed me, though.
No, that's gonna be my last words as a ghost. She's gonna beat my ass in the afterlife. She's gonna come back to being alive, and I'm gonna be like, I'll make it look like you did it. I'm laying on the ground, beaten up like a ghost.
She's like,
I got ghost blood pouring out of my fucking orifices. She's like,
oh my
fuck
God.
you.
Hey, speaking of blood out of your orifices,
Bro.
wait,
You're not doing that.
have you seen Bullet Train?
Yes.
You know the snake venom shit?
Yes.
You know that's real?
Yes.
I looked that up. I had to, because here's the thing. I don't believe shit people say, and I don't believe what the movies
This is your
say.
fucking problem, dude.
So I'm like, no. There is no way.
But I
there's a
don't either.
snake.
I don't either.
I know you don't.
Like
I might be a little more than you,
I
but you're
immediately
the same.
Like I immediately start like Googling and
Yeah.
like I go to WebMD and
I mean, why
Wikipedia
else have a
and
fucking
all the sites that
computer
are going
in
to
your
lie to me in the
pocket?
first place?
True.
Right? Like I go there and I'm like, okay, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
You're like, hey, Wikipedia, Kamala Harris 2020. Oh, shit.
Why does Wikipedia already tell me she won?
Right. Right. Exactly. I did not know that was a real thing, dude. So just so you know, there's a snake out there that if it fucks you up, you're going to bleed out of every hole, your eyeballs, and you ain't even going to know because here's the thing. Like if you get bit by a rattlesnake, a couple hours later, you're toast, bro.
Yes.
Like you're toast.
Every hole.
This thing, it bites you, and like 10 hours later, you're still chilling. You're
Right.
like, damn, I got bit by a garden snake
Right.
earlier. And then 20 hours later, you can't see because you're fucking bleeding out of your eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yep. That is
We are best friends. We
insane.
said the same words at the same time.
Right.
Greg's gonna be mad when he hears this. Greg is my oldest best friend. Like he's like
Yeah.
like I've known Greg since high school.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
for
for sure.
what it's worth, we're going on 30 years, I think now.
Mm.
Like, let me see. Been out of school 2000.
You got to get your anniversary so you don't forget it.
I think I was a freshman. Oh. I'm not tattooing anything that has to do with Greg on my body.
Why?
I love Greg to death, but I'm not doing that.
A smiley face. Just a
I'll tell you what. We'll just do a dot, like right there. Just like a dot, and Greg will do the dot in the same exact spot.
you're like, hey,
It'll
bro,
be done.
I tattooed the moon for you.
Matching
it's
tattoos.
just really far away.
You know what? That's actually a really good idea. We should all go do this. Like every
Right.
fucking one of us.
Right.
Me, you, the wives, Greg,
Uh-huh.
fucking we'll get fucking totems
I'm
in
down.
there. Like
I'm
all of
down.
us just go get a dot.
Mhm.
Right there. No, you got too many dots there. You have to do it on the underside of your ball sack.
I'm just saying, listen. Like we're all gonna get dots, and there's what 12, 13, there's 17 of us. Here's the thing: you got to get them on your tank. It's like, wait, you see, it started with
Could you imagine
the
your wife-
moon, and now it's the fucking solar system.
Could you imagine your wife and my wife at a tattoo shop? Like I'd like a dot added on my taint. They'd be like, no. No. And then the one guy,
$700.
the one nerd guy in the back that's like learning, he'd be
The
like, I'll do
apprentice.
it.
Yeah, the apprentice
I'll
is
do
like,
it.
I heard y'all want some dots,
Taint.
so I'm just learning, but I
So-
can do it.
Oh, you know what? That could be Steve. That could be Steve's first tattoo.
Is Steve tattooing?
I don't think he's tatted. I don't think he has any tattoos.
You mean
Yeah, that's
oh,
Steve.
you mean like virgin skin?
I think he's got virgin skin. I think so.
no. When
I
you
don't
said
know.
his first tattoo,
I think he's got too much hair to get tattooed. Like it won't stick.
it's true, and I'm pretty sure like if they shave him, it's like the movie Santa Claus, Tim Allen. It just
Yep, it grows right back.
Immediately.
Immediately grows right
Yep.
back. Like that guy is a woolly booger.
fucking Sasquatch, man. Jesus.
He's like the pre-evolution of man. Like he's like I took a step back.
Right.
Like, I think Down syndrome is like that next evolution.
Right.
We are the iteration as current, right?
Right.
Go back one step. That's Steven.
Steve's like, I'm just like you guys. Except about
Steve didn't-
3.6 million years ago.
Steve didn't get an extra chromosome. He lost one.
So,
He lost one.
oh, man. Steve don't have no tattoos, huh?
No tattoos. As far as I know.
Yeah.
I don't think
He could have one on his
I want to
taint.
say
Nobody
him and
ever seen it.
him and I have had that conversation.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Could be wrong.
Meanwhile, Totem's just got his head done again.
I saw that.
I dig it.
I feel like
I
he's
fucking
trying to
dig it.
turn into the God of War Ragnarok character.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like
pretty
he's
much.
trying to turn into that guy.
I mean,
But here's the thing.
spot on, man.
So
I
Here-
like the not Ravens. What were they? Oh, Odin's Raven. Yeah, right.
Yeah. I think so.
I think
I don't know what you're talking about.
he's got 2 ravens.
Oh yeah.
I think they're ravens.
Yeah, I guess he's
They look
like,
dope though.
I guess
good
he's
word.
trying to like say you know, Norse. But let's be honest. If Todd were Norse, he wouldn't be as short as he is. Ooh. Anyhow, I know we're just fucking out here naming names like fucking retards.
Let's make fun of your friend day at Mostly Peaceful.
It is. It is, and it's fine. It's fine. They're
Yeah, of
they're
course.
grown men. They can take it.
Mhm.
If they can't take a joke as well as they take a dick, then we have a problem.
Right. We wouldn't be friends. or life partners.
What the fuck? We've completely derailed this entire conversation. I'm dropping ice everywhere. Ah, crunchy ice is so good.
So conspiracy theories, man. You do you really believe that it was a setup on Trump?
I do. I 100% do. I think, and I said this earlier. Like, I think that there's too much evidence that says
So let me ask you.
says that rather than the fact that it like points away from like this is just one crazy person and he decided like there are too many
Yeah.
faults.
Yeah, for sure.
Not to mention that there's too many faults. Like we can see all of those faults,
I
right?
can't drive down Main Street drunk without going to prison.
But everybody where you see those faults, everybody is like pointing fingers at other people. Like it's their fault. It's their fault.
Sure.
And you're like, it's somebody's fault.
It's all
And I
their
think it's all of your fault.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, it's probably Joe Biden's fault simply because
Mhm.
he appointed the head of security of
Mhm.
Cheetos
Mhm.
as the director of the Secret Service. I want you all to remember that.
I feel like we
Because it
should
was
have
a
done
woman. Because it
better
was a
job.
woman. Because we were doing DEI.
Yeah. Yeah.
Women got to be in power. I'm so sick and tired of hearing this. Get your fucking asses back in the kitchen where you belong. You motherfuckers. Like, I don't understand what it is with you feminists
Yeah. Feminist.
and thinking that you can do the same jobs that we can do. Do me a favor. If you really believe that, go dig coal.
yeah.
Go into a coal mine and dig coal like a fucking man. Go to an oil rig and become a rigger.
Nah, they don't want that job.
Go jump on the deadliest catch boats
Mm-mm.
and do that.
Fuck.
Do man jobs. Like if you're gonna fucking fight,
We don't want man jobs. We want CEO jobs with man's pay.
correct. That's what you want.
Yes.
You want to do nothing but get paid for it.
Yes.
You want to get paid well for it.
Fuck yeah.
And still yell about how we're so unfairly treated.
Mhm.
You bitches burned your bras and got the right to vote. I don't think you should be able to. That being said, you have it.
I have
You use it incredibly unwisely. You vote with emotion rather than fucking logic.
Shout out to the chicks though who are out here like finishing concrete. I've seen 1 or 2 maybe in my 40 years.
No
There's,
doubt,
like,
dude.
There's chicks who do hard ass work.
Look, there's a girl that I follow on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
She's a welder.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
just
you told me about her.
not just a welder.
You told me. Yeah.
Like she is in a shipyard
right.
and she's uniquely specified to
Mhm.
do this job because of how small she is.
Right.
She's a very tiny girl.
Yeah.
she is strong as fuck as far as I can see.
Yeah.
And she can do that job. She
Yeah,
does
yeah.
it really well. I've seen, she shows her work on Instagram and the chick's got fucking legit welding skills. Not saying that you women can't do these jobs. What I'm saying is that not all of you fucking can.
Right.
So
you don't deserve it just because you deserve
300
it.
300-pound Crystal McGee.
Yeah.
Fatty fucking Crystal McGee. Stop saying that you can do the same job that a man does, because you can't.
No.
You're 300 fucking pounds, and the only thing you can do is still sit on your couch, eat fucking Oreos, and yell about how unfairly you're treated while living on government assistance. Fuck off with that shit.
Well, that's like
shout out to this chick on Instagram. She's badass.
Yeah.
Not to mention, she's actually pretty fucking cute for what it is.
It's dope, dude.
I feel like
it's dope.
I feel like she takes control of you. Like it would be uncomfortable, but all the same, like
my go-to,
she can do the job.
Right. My go-to is the Ronda Rousey, man. The
hot as fuck.
The exception.
And she can kick your ass.
Yep. The exception to women. Because let's be honest, this is what we mean. We don't mean.
But that's the exception to the rule, right? Like it's not the overall arching, it's the exception.
Well,
and that's the thing.
And
women
it goes both ways.
What women are really, really keen at doing as a whole fucking species
is not that.
Is giving birth.
Yes.
And caretaking.
Yeah, and caretaking.
That's why I think nursing was one of the greatest things that women decided to do.
Yeah, sure.
Nurses.
I think it just naturally happened in our
Yes. Also, if you're a guy nurse, you're a gay. I'm just saying, dude. Like you literally.
Yeah, I can't do it.
As a man,
I can't do it.
We could be medics.
Yeah.
Like field medics. Like we could do that.
Sure.
Right. But that's very brutal. Like clean up quick, get them out of there.
Yeah, exactly. It's like try to hurry up, save someone's life, and be done with it, right? Like caretaking on the level of like I have
doctors as well. Women can be doctors. Like I'm cool with that shit.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Women are really good doctors. However, women don't understand men enough to be men's doctors.
Yes, very true.
I have a female doctor, and she does not understand me enough.
I agree.
So much so that she sent me to a male doctor.
Yeah,
a specialist. So that we could figure out my testosterone issues.
Right.
Because she put me on testosterone.
Yeah.
At 14 days and I was still low, right? Every 14 days it was low. So then we switched to 7 days at 200 milligrams and it was fucking high.
But you know what? Here's the funny thing.
Which I don't know what high means. Like it just means I got a lot of man in me.
So.
Oh, that sounded gay.
Yeah, got a lot of man in you, Rob. You want some more?
Are you offering? The fuck, dude?
So look, I'm much more comfortable too having a male doctor. And I feel like it goes both ways.
I think they understand us.
How many women prefer a male gynecologist? Probably not many. There's probably not many out there. They probably feel a lot more comfortable with a chick getting up in the old spot. It's just nature, right? You feel more comfortable, and it's not that you just feel more comfortable. It's that you feel, even though this may not be
I'm
true
sure
in all
uncomfortable
cases.
when his fucking watch gets lost in there,
right?
Or a Super Bowl ring. Why were you that deep?
Why'd you play in the Super Bowl? What the fuck? Okay.
Hey, you know, old football players are doctors too.
I mean, look, man, if Tom Brady is your gynecologist, good for you. I'm sure you probably feel just as comfortable as you want to be. She's like, I have a gynecology appointment. I'm like, didn't you just go last week?
Hold on a second.
How many gynecology?
I don't think Tom Brady is a gynecologist here in Florida where like women are typically like 10s. Like women in Florida range anywhere from 1 to 10, but there's a whole lot of fucking 10s here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think Tom Brady would be a good gynecologist in Boston. Because the last thing you want to hear is, are you checking if I could park the car in there? Like you don't want to hear that.
Smells like a lobster.
I'm sorry I farted. I'm sorry I farted.
Oh, we're fucked. This is so bad. My God, man.
Had a little fat.
So true.
Be honest, dude. No, I don't think there are gynecologists in Boston. Nobody wants to hear
No.
that bitch.
No.
Nobody wants to hear any one of those bitches yelling at you
Right.
about their coochie.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we suck. We suck.
At what?
Life.
Why? That shit's
Everything.
funny as fuck.
It was
You know
fucking
is.
hilarious. Get up, park the car. Does it smell like a lobster? Lobster. I can't do the Boston accent.
I got a little fat.
Oh, fuck. Anyways.
I'm sorry. That's kind of Canadian, but I get
Yeah, it was a little Canadian. But, I mean, almost same. Almost.
Almost.
Really close.
really close.
Yeah.
The main coochies they're the ones that are really close.
I also have a question. The prime minister is the president in Canada.
In Canada, yes.
Yes.
Yes, you're correct.
Across the Canadian border in Canada.
Yes.
Canadian. Okay.
Nobody likes him. He's also Cuban, half Cuban at least.
Do they just, right? Fidel Jr.
Mm-hmm.
His dad and grandpa and everybody, like, are they just fucking kings and queens in Canada? Or do you got to vote for them? Because they voted for this motherfucker.
You have to vote for him. But here's the thing.
That shit sounds rigged then. Because how the fuck did your whole family be the prime fucking minister? And then y'all over here like, we don't like Justin Trudeau.
So hold on. Let's get some information because we're talking about shit that we don't know. Because
his dad was the fucking prime minister.
Oh God, I can't spell it. Canadian? Oh no. How do you spell Canadian? Canada.
Canada. It's a lot of There's some Canadians I really fucking like though. Trudeau isn't one of them. I wonder if Trudeau.
So on Wikipedia, Jesus, really?
What is it?
So they have. All right. So what's the term of the office? So the term of office, the prime minister serves at His Majesty's pleasure. They had to change that from her to his since the old queen died.
Yeah.
1776, bitches, don't forget. Meaning the post does not have a fixed term. So this guy can be indefinitely the prime minister.
Right.
Right?
Because I feel like Trudeau's been through Trump, Biden, about to go through another term. Like
dude, he was in office in Obama's
right.
No, right before Obama left.
Really?
Yeah, 2015 is when he became prime minister.
Damn. So he's been in there for almost 10 years.
2015.
Who was his dad? Right down here somewhere, it'll say who his dad
was.
It should say relative.
I guess I should look up Justin Trudeau instead.
No, that is.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
I was looking at the office of the prime minister.
Office of the prime minister.
So
right down there, it'll say parents.
Monarchs are Elizabeth II and Charles III.
Okay.
Governors are David Johnston, Julie Payette, Mary Simmons.
Don't care. Who's his dad?
Yeah. We're getting there. Family. So he's got a spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they separated in 2023. That's because he's a piece of shit. Yeah. Relatives. Okay, so here we have to go to the Trudeau family has their own Wikipedia.
Right.
So it started with Joseph Trudeau in 1848.
My God.
He was a Canadian farm owner.
He was a landowner. Yeah.
Michael Trudeau. Okay, hold on. Okay, Pierre Trudeau he was also a prime minister of Canada. Was his dad. You mean Fidel Castro? Like
It feels like their
we
whole
should be able
fucking
to
family.
So we're supposed to edit. We're supposed to be able to, like, users are supposed to be able to edit Wikipedia.
No, hell no.
I should be able to replace this photo
Yes.
of Justin Trudeau's dad with Fidel Castro.
Yeah, they look.
And it'd be
it's same guy.
And it'd be accepted.
Him and Fidel, same guy.
Oh, there are photos of side by sides that are like,
yeah,
you're like, no fucking way, dude.
Yeah.
Also, this guy's wife, like, she spent a lot of time in Cuba.
Right. I mean, they're Canadian. What do you expect?
Always looking for some warmer place.
Canada, listen, man. Shout out to the Canadians who are cool and Maddie Matheson, because I really fucking like Maddie.
Who is that?
He's a chef.
Okay.
He's cool as shit. Canadian. But Canada's kind of...
He's still a nook.
Yes. Canada's kind of whack, dude. They're not quite France.
You can't even own guns
quite
there.
Cuba.
Like that guy
like,
right there.
Like, if you're going to go full fucking asshole liberal, why not live in Paris?
Right.
Somewhere nice.
Right.
Like, you're going to live in what's equates to Siberia.
Let me tell you what full asshole Paris evolved into. We can't have guns.
Yeah, nobody
Let's throw shit on Parliament's lawn.
Right. It works.
Let's throw manure onto the lawn of Parliament because the farmers are mad. I understand why the farmers are mad, and I fully support it.
Yep.
I support it. But here's the problem. You motherfuckers voted that way.
Maybe they didn't
allowed it.
Maybe they didn't.
But they didn't do anything to stop it.
It's California. I feel like France.
Well, I mean, it's the same size, but yes, I get what you're saying.
What I mean is the majority of the people are speaking. Where's is it? Oh, it's fucking dead.
It's fucking dead, bro.
I'm sorry.
That's gay.
Yeah, it is. I gotta get bigger ones, man.
We gotta find a permanent power source.
My wife keeps saying.
About.
I gotta get a bigger one. It was a horrible
good joke. It's a good joke. It's a good joke, but you gotta stop.
I'm gonna look on Amazon. So
we gotta find a permanent power source for it.
I don't think it will.
You don't think there's a? You don't think there's
it would have to be like
that?
Yeah. That's the only way.
We could do that.
Sure.
I'll find it.
Sure.
I'll find it. I'll look it up and I'll order
that would be great.
Yeah, I'll order it.
But anyways. No, I feel like fucking Canada's just kind of like, we're cold as fuck and we're really liberal and kind of communist, and we really appreciate China for their totalitarian. Like, why the fuck would you want to live in Canada?
Well, China's not so much totalitarian as it is actual communist. It is literally called the Communist Party of China.
Right.
Yeah. Isn't that what it is?
I said totalitarianism because I'm always calling them communists, and you're like, well, it's not. It's totalitarian. I'm like, they're the same fucking thing.
It's not. It's not the same thing, though. It's really not. It's
technically different.
Authoritarian is very close to communism.
It's technically on paper. They're different things. If you read communism, it's like people in a community who make all the decisions, and then they like my bread feeds you, and you like we share, and it's like a hippie commune, right? Communism, hippie commune, ism.
Okay.
Same, right?
Yeah.
Communism is a good selling point on paper, right? The people all say.
Totalitarianism, a system of government that is centralized and dictatorial and requires complete subservience to the state.
Sure.
Okay.
Sound like China. They're like, stay in your house and we're going to weld your fucking door shut. That don't sound like communism. I'm sure the people were probably like,
A communist society would entail the absence of private property, social classes, and ultimately money and the state.
Yeah, it's all sharing.
Communists often seek a voluntary state of self-governance, but disagree on the means to this end. That's a really, here's the problem. I gave you a definition of one thing. This is an opinionated definition.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's how it showed up. Look.
Sure.
See this? Now watch.
I do.
Now watch. I'm going to show you the other difference. This is what's weird about
Google.
All of it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Watch this.
Yeah.
Actual fucking definition, right?
Yes.
I can literally play this out loud. Watch. Oh, it probably won't though.
Totalitarianism.
Oh.
I guess it's not going to read the whole fucking thing.
No.
Fuck me, right?
It's all good though.
But it did play through. I was kind of surprised about that.
I mean,
Yippee skippy. Oh, because we did the thing. I got you.
yeah.
Because just give everybody a little taste. We'll do it on the live.
Sure.
Yeah.
Totalitarianism.
Right. So it gave a dictionary
but-
like.
And see, this is where I get confused with communism, right? The People's Communist Party of China. Is that what they're called? The People's Communist Party of China, or
no,
the
it's
Communist?
the CCP.
Yeah.
It's a communist.
No, CCP,
Communist.
Chinese Party.
It's a Chinese Communist Party. Yeah.
There you go.
Chinese Communist Party.
The way I said it sounded like we was going to a party. The Communist Chinese Party.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
So,
the
look,
Chinese communist.
Capitalism gives you a dictionary
Right.
definition.
See, but if they
An
can't
economic-
give you
An economic political system in which the country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit.
sure,
Capitalism's great.
America
wholly
is a
believe in it.
corporation.
So I now have to read my wife's texts because of last week, because
Yes.
it's the last time we fucking recorded.
Yeah.
Like I got to know what's going on because,
Now, you good?
yes.
So communism.
No, I'm going to make you pull up the screen share
Okay,
because this is
But wait.
fucking-
do that. I'll pull up the screen.
Yeah.
Communism, from what my mind tells me it is that there shouldn't be a government at all. It should be a people's community bartering for things, trading things, and living kind of on its own with its own set of rules. And just the essence of the Chinese Communist Party
Yeah.
having such a government the way it does
Yeah.
really sounds to me like, hey, bro, listen, it's the best scam ever. Check this out. So we're like a super authoritarian government under the guise of
Yeah.
Chinese Communist Party, like rainbow sparkles.
No, I get
It's
I
like
get what you're saying.
Bluey.
Yeah. Oh,
Right?
No, it's definitely not. But yes.
CCP.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
But we're gonna lock you in your house and weld your door shut. So fuck you.
Agreed. So before you do this,
You're like,
I don't know what to do. Before you do this, can you look at my screen without showing everybody else my screen?
I could see your screen.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Okay. So
And yes,
let's do it this way.
jumpa.
I'd never ever want her on the internet.
Ah,
Ever, ever, ever.
got
But
it.
I bought her a trampoline today. And my wife put it together.
That's amazing.
This is what it looks like. Like,
So cool, man.
This is fucking happy as shit.
She loves it.
So yeah, but yeah, I don't ever want to put her.
I'm glad you said that because
I know, and I thought
about to
about it
hit the button.
after you and I talked about it because I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'll put this up there, but I was like, nope,
Mm-mm.
I don't want her on the internet ever, ever.
No.
So yeah, like
I feel like they sell communism to people to get the votes, but realistically, communism would dictate you not exist,
or getting a vote.
right?
Like let's be honest about it. Like,
Right.
At the end of it, like you give up and give in to communism.
Yeah.
You don't get to vote.
Right.
You get what you get is this is how you will vote. And if you
Like-
don't, we will kill you.
Is Canada considered democracy? Because I feel like that's what that is. Like we vote and the majority rules, that's it. That's like true democracy, right? Like what Paris or
Technically, it's a
Or,
monarch.
France. It's a monarch.
Technically, it's still a monarch, right? Where there's a king or queen who rules over all of it, right? But it's a
Dictator.
it's a parliamentarian monarch. So you have a figurehead. It's very, very akin to the way we built our system,
Sure.
but they were like, we still got to have a king.
Like we got to have the guy
we gotta
that
still have a
everyone gets
queen.
mad
Yes.
at for the shit we do over
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Like we have to have a fall guy, right? Like,
right.
but it's just a figurehead, right? Like
Right.
being a king or queen of England.
Yeah.
You're just, it's a societal thing.
Yeah.
right?
Like you have a lot of fucking money and fame
Yeah, it's a societal thing.
or
Like,
infamy.
that's where people like are always following what the king and queen are doing, or the princes, and
Sure.
the whole Meghan Markle bullshit.
right.
Like
Princess.
nobody honestly fucking cares about. You know who care about that? You know who cares about that?
Children.
Stay at home. I say
Mhm.
stay at home. Leftist suburban women.
Yeah.
Who have nothing better to do with their lives. They actually
Sure.
cheat on their husbands,
Yeah.
and they have no moral values.
Oh, it's the same
They
thing.
probably
as,
don't have kids, or if they have kids, they're raised and gone, and they literally just they
Mhm.
blanket fucking do whatever they want.
Well, it's like one of the guys that we watch their show talks about the people in New York who are writers and journalists, and they're getting paid 6 figures a year to write about what Angelina Jolie and her husband did.
Yeah, what Brad Pitt's butthole looks like.
Right.
Yeah,
Basically.
I'm with you.
Like, what are we as a society really contributing anymore?
Nothing.
And
Zero.
everything is so, the guy that
When's
guy
the
that
last time we made
connects
any
you,
innovations in technology?
right?
We don't make
Decades.
innovations. We just update to
To-
fix problems.
Yeah, we're
Right.
we're at the new version of the old infrastructure.
Yes,
The tech is there. It's kind of like with
but no one's expounding on it. Like,
no.
oh, AI. AI is not a fix, nor
No.
is it a technological advance.
Mm.
AI is a detriment to society, i.e., making it fucking lazier.
Yeah, it's
Right.
probably gonna make things worse.
I am all for making everyone's life better. I am not I am not for making people lazy.
But I feel like that's
and
where
listless.
we are. There really is no better. Like we're on this constant quest, I think, as a people to
Space
make
travel.
our lives better. Realistically, I don't think there is better, man. We have it the best that it's ever been in the
Here's the
history of mankind.
But here's the thing.
right?
At the core of humans, at the core of our DNA,
Mm.
we are explorers by nature.
Yes.
It is in our DNA.
Mm.
And it is for us to go find other shit.
Mhm.
Some people liken it to being a parasite, others liken it to being just naturally curious, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you say it is, we're explorers. We want to see and find and like it's actual knowledge. Like at the base core, I think it's knowledge that we seek,
Mhm.
but we explore things to learn about those things, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing that we don't do anymore: explore or learn.
No. Oh, we don't want to learn.
The only thing we have left to explore,
Hmm.
well, the only two things we have left to explore. We've explored land. We've explored all the
We've
land.
explored more space than we have our own oceans.
Correct. And Greg will make this argument too, because I continually fight for the continued exploration of all of our planets and our solar system as a whole, and beyond that.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's different, like, you can say they're aliens or you can say they're ghosts or whatever.
Spirits. That
I believe that with enough time, patience, and understanding of it,
Yeah.
like it's not like the people that are ghosts.
Mhm.
Like, here's the thing:
I know ghost sounds like this fucking like,
uber spiritual.
Well, no, I mean like spirits, as in just
spooky
like
thing.
I mean we are us, right? Like
I
something-
think that no matter what happens when you leave this body,
Mhm.
you become energy.
Yeah.
Pure
Okay.
energy.
Yep.
I think that you also have a higher understanding
Mhm.
of the world, the universe, and the galaxy around you.
Mhm.
And what you choose to do with that depends solely on how your life was as a corporeal form, right?
Yeah.
Like you see these ghosts that stick around in these old buildings.
Right.
I believe that they're lost because of tragic means or
they're
violent ends
attached
right?
to
They
either
weren't
a
allowed
place
to.
or
They weren't
an
allowed to leave this earth peacefully,
Mm.
right? I think there's.
So you do believe that, though?
I think if you were allowed to leave this
Okay.
earth peacefully,
Mhm.
right? Take my dad for example.
Sure.
When my dad passed, I don't know if it was violent. I don't know if it was
Peaceful.
I would hope that it is peaceful.
Mhm.
From everything that we could gather, my dad passed because of what's called a widowmaker. It's a clot that just travels to your heart and shuts it down.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think my dad's left. I can show you pictures of some very, very odd stuff. Be it fucking light fragmentation or whatever the fuck it is. You can't deny it. You can't deny that's a really odd shape for some light fragmenting or reflecting off of something else.
Right.
Like it's really odd, right? And I'll show you when we're finished. And
okay,
you can I'll send you the photo and you can put it up on the fucking website or on the
screen.
On screen for the show.
Yeah.
I think my dad stuck around because I feel like he had some unfinished business. And I think that's why these beings, this energy sticks around, because you don't get to see things. You're like, when my daughter was born, my daughter looked so very much like my dad and my brother. It was insane. Like, it was so crazy to me. But the more she gets older, she starts looking like my grandmother, a mix between my grandmother and Beck's grandmother. Like, I don't think my dad. I think my dad still sticks around. This is my own theory, because he wants to see her grow up. He didn't get to see that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, my dad passed at the young age of 63.
Yeah.
And I say that now because, like,
no, it's fucking young, bro.
When I was in my teens and my 20s, I was like, 63 is a fucking long way away, homie. I ain't got nothing to worry about.
Dude,
right
when
now.
you were 16, 60,
I'm 43 now. That's 20 years from now.
Yeah.
That's 20 years from now. That's a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah, it's right around the corner.
Like, if I make it to 63.
When you've done 20 years twice, it seems really close.
It does. So if I make it to 63,
yeah,
I will have gotten to watch my daughter graduate.
Yeah.
That's my goal. Because I'm not making goals outside of that.
Yep.
I don't want to be 80 fucking 5 or anything like that. I do want to see my daughter graduate, and I would love, it's not a goal of mine, but I would love to see my daughter find a good man and get married and have children. Would love to see grandchildren.
My goal is survive the coming zombie apocalypse, because if Kamala 2025 is real, you better fucking believe there's going to be a zombie apocalypse. It's going to happen. At least I'm praying for it, because it'll be better than Kamala 2025.
Do you in any way, shape, or form think, because we'll cut this off here in a minute, do you in any way, shape, or form think that she has any chance of winning?
Not if...
I don't know if you remember this, but back in 2020, when she was running...
I didn't think Biden had a chance in fucking hell.
She did not get one fucking Democratic delegate.
Yeah, you're right.
In the Iowa caucus. Not one. And that usually determines who's your front runner, right?
The Isle of Caucus? That's a thing?
Oh, yeah, straight up. Yeah.
They should rename that.
It's a primary. It's technically a primary. It's the Iowa caucus. Listen, Tulsi Gabbard got more votes than her.
Right.
Tulsi Gabbard actually got delegates.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris didn't get one. Not one. Zero. Fucking nada.
So what happened?
Nothing. She dropped out of the race shortly after and supported Joe Biden and then became vice president.
It's
Do
funny
you
how
not
that
think
works.
do you not think that was by design?
Sure.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Do you think she's the right person for the job now?
I don't think she's been the right person for the job since before being the state attorney.
If any, yes,
Was the
if
state
any of you-
attorney of California?
Yes.
I think like you have to rewind probably 20 years of
She also
Kamala
became
Harris.
a congresswoman.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even before that,
Yeah. Before that,
she's
she was
pretty fucking shit at her job.
Yep.
She's shit at being a good person. Like somebody who could sit here and be like, I smoked weed in college when we listened to Tupac, and then being like, wait a minute, how old are you, bro?
Bingo.
But I do know, because it's on paper, you were actually like going after people for weed, trying to get them maximum sentences and keeping them incarcerated over
Not just maximum sentences, but extended sentences to keep them on as cheap labor.
Yeah, free labor, cheap labor. Slavery much?
No.
Is that a thing?
Oh, from the not black lady.
Yeah, I feel like that.
By the way, I
is
want
a
everybody to
thing.
remember, she's not black.
No,
She's
you're
not
right.
black. No one ever voted for her.
No.
You guys cannot turn this daft, dumb bitch into a president.
Dad.
I don't believe.
Wait a minute. One thing. I'm gonna leave you with this. Today is yesterday, tomorrow. And tomorrow is yesterday, today.
What the fuck?
And last week was next Friday. And that Friday, I might vote on some shit. Other than that, I'll see you when I see you.
By the way, the definition of daft is silly and
I know what
foolish.
it is.
Okay.
That's what no. You didn't get my joke, man.
Partially because you were like,
Yeah.
you were trying.
What is that? I'm gonna go.
You were also
and leave
trying
you
to be
with this.
metaphorical.
I was.
And I'll leave you with this. Are you ready?
No, I did the I'll leave you with this segment.
Yesterday's history. Tomorrow's a mystery. Today is a gift.
Yeah, see, that makes sense. Hers, that was literally, today is yesterday's tomorrow, and tomorrow is yesterday's today. And Thursday is going to be like Saturday was tomorrow, so y'all better vote for me. That's like, it was just like,
yeah.
I feel dumber just hearing.
Cupcakes are good, but only if a grasshopper shines in the sunlight.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time.